I always forget the mute. Yo, what is up, YouTube? What is up, internet and VeVe community? Let's go ahead and just dive in, guys. We got a lot to cover, and yeah, without further ado, I hope you guys are having a great day. Lots of crazy stuff. We were going to talk about the pump. We're going to talk about some speculation, not financial advice. This is entertainment only, of course. Gosh, guys, we got a lot. So let's go ahead and just jump in. What up, homie? First here. Let's go, Matt Morrison. Heck yeah, brother. Let's do this. Yo, I got some questions. How I search users on VeVe. Can't find. Follow you. Yeah, I'm at. I'll just chat it. Put it in the chat. So I'm at KDub, but sometimes I show up in the feed and stuff. So you'll have to find me in the app on a social feed for now, because a search function to find other users currently, at least to my knowledge, every time I try to use it, it does not work at this current moment. I imagine they're going to go hard on the app as they said they would. There's a few screenshots that I forgot to put on my computer that I actually saw from users that supposed drops that were coming today on this Monday. But I don't want to speculate on that at all because I haven't really seen actual receipts on that. You know, something about maybe a drop today, but I just don't know on that. So I wanted to cover on the this couple articles real quick because everybody's been speculating on the articles. So here it is. Let's see here. Yeah, supposedly some kind of like, one of the admins in the Telegram said just finish putting some glam on it, and I don't really know like what this context is pertaining to. So I'll send it for a review, get it out ASAP, covers the app, new payment system, Uniswap announcement, DeLorean drop, and just a couple other tidbits worth listening to. So maybe there's like big news today, so we shall see. We shall see, okay? That's all I'm gonna say. Now that's kind of in the Telegram, so we will definitely find out hopefully today. Obviously, we'll see. We'll get off that topic, but this article right here, DC Comics launches Batman NFT collection, warns creators that nobody else can do the same. DC Comics is announcing a collection of Batman NFTs, but don't you dare make your own Batman token. Okay. Essentially, they came out. Let me see if I can find it. With like a essentially this like legal document here, this kind of press release for this legal document. Hey man, appreciate the work you did covering OMI. Keep up the good work. From Felix Addy. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but from Felix. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Much blessings, much thank you, much wow to the VeVe community. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. But yeah, this document just said, RE non-fungible tokens. Dear freelancer, NFTs are becoming the newest fan collectibles and have generated significant press and buzz in the digital space. DC is exploring opportunities to enter the market for distribution and sale of original DC art. Firm handshakes and firm nods, baby. Let's go, Matt Morrison. It's sale of original DC art with NFTs, including both new art created specifically for the NFT market, as well as original digital art rendered for DC's comic book publications. As DC examines the complexities of the NFT marketplace, and we work on a reasonable and fair solution for all parties involved, including fans and collectors. Please note that the offering for sale of any digital images featuring DC's intellectual property with or without NFTs, whether rendered for DC's publications or rendered outside the scope of one's contractual engagement with DC, is not permitted. If you are approached by anyone interested in including any of our DC art in an NFT program, please let Lawrence Gainham, or how you pronounce that, DC's VP Talent Services know. We expect the participation of DC's freelance talent will be an integral component of the NFT program that puts DC into its place. We'll share further information as it becomes available, and we appreciate your cooperation and partnership. Sincerely, Jake Hogan and DC, the dude there. So, kind of been floating around. People have been speculating about this a little bit, kind of like worried, I guess, if you will. This came from senior vice president from the legal affairs, and you know, CC'd this Lawrence Gainham guy in here, which probably was, you know, it says DC's talent services guy. Probably, maybe, I'm guessing like I'm guessing it's DC's like artists and things like that. Their freelance talent is what they're probably he's in charge of. But with that being said, people were speculating on that a little bit, so I just wanted to talk about this for a quick sec. You know, I think this is more referring to, as this article kind of mentions, if we scroll down, it talks about a recent partnership between DC Comics and VeVe, a startup dedicated to creating NFT collectibles, marked the beginning of a new phase in American comic book studio merchandising strategy. The company announced a collection of digital Batman statues with a black and white color scheme. By the way, shout out to I'll pull up the user. Shout out to Bubba Love for sending me a couple of these pieces of information. Thank you so much. He's also on the app, pretty much under the same. It's like, I think it's like P-Bub, something like that, on the VeVe app. So show him some love on the app. But anyways, as we scroll down, you see here. So, and it shows basically this quote from this legal document as well in this article. But essentially, it just says, like, you know, I think it's referring to like NFTs and other platforms, right? It says dab, a little dab duck. I like that. That's my wife V right there. Do you know anything about the accumulating amount of OMI in the VeVe wallet? Every time I buy a collectible, I accumulate more OMI automatically. Seen some speculate it's a glitch. What you know? No, I think I don't really know. You know, I would have to check, because I didn't see any yet, but I haven't actually looked at that. Every time I logged in, I didn't notice any in my wallet, but that's very interesting. I'll look into that, but I didn't notice anything in my wallet. But I'll have to check. I know, obviously, you're going to get reward points, like collector points, every time you buy a collectible. So weird. Yeah, that is weird. Super weird. So, I mean, I can't complain about that. But no, just kidding. But yeah, you get collector points for, you know, when you buy a collectible. So there's that. And so I think this is referring, this legal document, the more and more I read about it, the more and more like the second, third, fourth time I read articles like this. There's another one put out as well. I don't know if it's necessarily this one here. No, I don't think it's that one, but it may have been this one and they just updated the article. But I think there's actually another one. But what I was going to say is, I think it's just referring to like the freelance artists, like posting their art on other platforms that necessarily aren't they're not licensed with DC at all. They're just posting their art, and, you know, they're getting paid, but not DC. So DC wants a cut. So I think that's what kind of is what they're talking about, in my opinion. Obviously, this is not financial advice. It's not legal advice. This is nothing. This is just entertainment, of course, guys. But that's what I think it is. The more and more I read, like, I read this over and over. That's what I think. Let me know what you guys think. Because, you know, at the beginning of this article, it clearly says here, you know, a recent partnership, which we know is in license form as the VeVe community. We don't know if it's a formal partnership just yet, but the article may be a little inaccurate, but we'll see. So, you know, it just shows that, you know, obviously the VeVe app and all that good stuff. So yeah, it says here, according to Gizmodo, Delbo, and actually maybe we'll open this up, see if it says here, the comic sell artists to stay out of the NFT business or else, which I think, like I said, they're referring to like you know, unlicensed platforms where they don't have a formal license or formal agreement. I think they should definitely include the artists in on this NFT stuff. I think they should cut them in a little bit, guys. What do you think? But anyways, there's this article too. I haven't actually read this one, but maybe I'll you know, read it and link it possibly in the description below. Moving on, you know, obviously here as well, it just talks more about it, the NFT space and it being on the app. So it just shows essentially the same thing. So right now it looks good for VeVe. Maybe that helped, pump the price, um, you know, of the token. So a couple of more, generating factors here. You're gonna want to stay tuned. Stay tuned. We'll speculate and all that good stuff. So um, now here's another big piece of news here. Okay, it says great news. The market will start to open again towards the end of this week. So if you missed out, you'll be able to collect yours from other users soon. Fingers crossed. So fingers crossed, guys. So that's like obviously a positive news. That's definitely going to affect the price, in my opinion, because you're going to see more collectibles fly off the quote unquote digital shelves, if you will, and I think that's definitely going to help the price on the token. So that is another driving factor, in my opinion. The market definitely does drive token burn and all that good stuff too. So definitely will make the price bounce. So another update. This is just something I just kind of noticed as I was scrolling around the Twitterverse here, is that obviously they retweeted this. You got Jen Bartel. She has the black and gold Wonder Woman and some art mock-up or some artwork or gold concepts here, if you will, and which was super cool. We showed that in the last couple of videos ago. So you want to make sure you guys are following me up on the space here, up on the YouTube verse here. Make sure you guys do your thing. But essentially, yeah. So she got retweeted by that, which is super cool. As you guys know, if you guys don't know, the Snyder Cut Justice League film is dropping this Thursday on HBO. So that's gonna be crazy, guys. And as you can see here, to celebrate Diana's 80th anniversary, and then she tweeted something else about on the Superman. She had some Superman art, but I noticed that I was scrolling around. She retweeted this, so kind of more speculation. I don't know. Like, got the black and gold going on. Retweeted this guy, his art, and stuff like that. So I think that's I don't know, guys. What do you guys think? Also, she was responding to a few Twitter users here. Hey, please do more Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy art, and she did a dollar face emoji or money mouth face emoji. So anyways, just a little speculation. Like, that would be super cool to see her drop some NFT art on the platform. It's just with the whole legal thing. I hope they get that resolved very, very quickly. I hope DC does something, a collaboration with the artist for sure. I think the artists deserve it. And you got people asking her stuff like this, like, can you advocate for DC versus Mortal Kombat augmented game? And she's like, she's like, why would you think I have any kind of say in that? LMAO. It's kind of funny because she's like, what the heck? Like, anyways, it's funny because that sounds like a, VeVe community question, in my opinion. She says, what is up with my mentions this morning? And I actually replied, and I was like, sorry, not sorry, if it's coming from the VeVe community, essentially. Thought that was kind of funny. But she did say that, I did say, let's see, pull this up. And here, I replied down here, I said, she said, please do more art, or this guy, or this girl, or Rachel said, please do more art, or please do more Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy art. And I said, but on VeVe, and I said, but they don't pay artists though. And I was like, yo, we should get that fixed somehow. So I think they should, hook the artists up a little bit. If we're gonna get, if you're gonna get top artists and top concepts and things like that, top art, I think they should definitely think about that. Come on, what do you guys think? Like, what do you guys think? I think it would be super cool to do. It's obviously I have zero say in this matter, obviously, guys. But anyways, like that, I don't know. Like, come on, DC, come on, VeVe. Maybe we can. You guys can think of something for sure to get these top artists on there. I think that would be cool. But anyways, I digress. So anyways, we're looking at the price, guys, today. Here on the chart. Man, we have some major pumps, guys, and obviously, like, do we have some whales going on here? Like, is this like a whale right here, like whale city going on? Obviously, like I did a video right here, like told you guys imminent breakout was at any moment basically. And it happened. And I said, let's wait and see around this area. I was like, it could consolidate a little bit there, but I don't, like I told you guys, I didn't think it was necessarily going to correct. Like, let's wait and see. And you had another complete massive pump. And it's been in this whole price area right here. I mean, just the massive movements up and down. Average daily volume was 4 to 8 mil yesterday. Volume was 65 mil. Yeah, trading volume absolutely insane. Like, look at this wick right here, 235 million according to this chart. I don't know if that's super true, but um, that's how accumulated volume, like how much altogether, I guess, during that specific wick. And then yeah, like he was saying, Matt was saying there, 63 total trade volume. It's just absolutely insane, guys. Like, I was used to like trading volumes down here. Like, that is just mind blowing. Okay. And maybe here's why. Okay. So, as you guys know, in my previous videos, I was just joking around with this dude. You know, he had pictures of wine, and he says I sell booze. So I was like, "Yo, is this Gary Vee? Pretty much, is this your low key account?" And I was like, totally joking, just memeing, because that's what I do, and or trolling, whatever you want to say. And obviously he didn't respond, but uh, that was just me, just kidding on March 10th, and then we come over to March 11th, literally the next day. Somebody finds this on the platform at Gary Vaynerchuk, and so excited. They circled that. Looks like Gary Vee, and then aped into OMI. Do you think it's still not too late to add more OMI, or should we wait for a retracement? Each time somebody said they were gonna wait for a retracement, it just keeps going up. So I mean, it's up to you. This is not financial advice, entertainment only. Just do what you think. Like, I have a goal. I have a set number in my head that I want to, accumulate the token at, and that's what I would recommend. I would recommend just a long-term strategy. So it all just depends on your goals. I've seen people like they were frustrated because they dumped OMI so early, and I'm like, why? Like, why would you jump? Why would you dump it? Like, it just, like, everything just started. Like, what? Like, if I would understand a pump, like, if it kept, if it obviously if you were down here and then it pumped, then maybe, right? But even then, it's like, dude, like, look at the project, like, look at the platform, like, it's insane. Like, hold on to that stuff, right? Hodl. We so early, dollar cost averaging for sure. Please refrain me. Oh, yeah, I have that bot going. I forgot I have like a bot going. Let's see, if it wouldn't take days to send money to chains, I would have 10,000 or 100,000 more LMIs, but I'm happy that it jumped on before the pump. We'll hold this long term. This will be the mainstream trading NFT app for sure, man. For sure, for sure. I agree. I absolutely agree. But yeah, so that just kind of brings me back to this. Gary V tweeted, actually responded back to Mark readings here and said, not my account, my friend, I haven't done my homework to answer that queue. Also, they misspelled my name, and I just saw this today or yesterday or 5 hours ago, and said, check out my channel, and just kind of, told them to check it out, because that would be super awesome to have Gary Vee up on here, guys. That would be amazing. Yeah, so I actually follow a lot of his advice here on the YouTube specifically. I try to reply, comment back to all my comments here on the videos and things like that, as far as going back and interacting. So a lot of that came from inspiration from Gary Vee on some of his keynote speeches. So it would be cool, the older I get, the more I'm kind of like Gary Vee, like, I like to be, an adopter and the first to things and things like that. So, much good, Gary Vee. So, and IBC TV retweeted. This is kind of old news, but has such a nice ring to it. But yeah, on the same day, literally like an hour and a half later or an hour later, he responded to this guy too, and he said, no, that's not even how you spell my last name, which it's not. So he's just saying like, yo, this is not me. Like, but at the same time, why would he be protecting his identity on the app? Like, take a step back for a second. Why, I was talking to a homie about this. Imagine McDonald's partnering with VeVe, moving away from the hard plastic toys and shifting to VeVe AR toys that you can accumulate. Imagine having an RC AR car. Yeah, man, that would be super awesome, man. That exactly. And not only is it like, saving on plastic and the environment, and you're seeing these cryptos with, sustainable, green energy based, there's no, you don't need electricity to run these blockchains, then, I think you're going to see a lot of platforms hop onto this. And it's like a lot of people, older people don't know that for some reason. Like, I mean, old people, but as they figure it out, like it's going to be definitely, definitely going to attract more companies for sure. But as I was saying, see, enjoying the stream, brother, from Duncan, Oklahoma. Heck yeah, brother, that's where I'm from, Oklahoma. Good to see you, man. A fellow Okie in the house here. Welcome to the stream. So yeah, why would Gary Vee be protecting, his identity on this app? Is it maybe because he wants to be on the app, or he's already on the app? Guys, like, come on now, talk to me a little bit on that. Like, why would he be protecting his, his namesake on the app, right? So I think Gary Vee should hop on the app if he's not already. Obviously, he knows about this. Like, he's been he tweeted twice about it, and I keep doing videos on it. So shout out to Gary Vee, by the way. Obviously, if you don't know who Gary Vee is, he's like, well, actually, just let's give Gary Vee a shout out for sure. Family First, CEO of VaynerMedia, Vayner Sports, Empathy Wines, investor in Twitter, Uber, and Facebook, 5-time New York Times bestseller, Die Hard, at New York Jets fan, at Wine Tech. So the dude's an early investor and kind of a visionary type guy. So he sees vision and things early on and see where things are going. He sees trends, market trends, and there's a lot, right? He took over his, I think it was his parents' wine company, and blew it up on social media, and kind of was like, wine library. Did you hear that the Darwin Cook widow doesn't want NFTs of his artwork, and she contacted DC? There's already one in the shop. Think they will take it down? No, I don't think they'll take it down, because I think they probably own all the rights to it. I don't think DC's gonna move without having their ducks in a row. But I think she was mainly worried about the environmental aspect of the crypto, like, because I think she thought it was like ran off of how Bitcoins ran, with you have miners everywhere and consuming tons and tons of electricity. Sorry, I'm shaking this, guys. I forget it's like super loud on stream. That's another one I wanted to address at the beginning, and I forgot to pull up that article. That's perfect. Yeah, so I just read her, like, what she had said, and it seemed like she was more concerned with the environmental aspect of it, but I don't think she knows that GoChain is like it's not like that, right? It's sustainable. It's like green. It's basically why people have moved to the GoChain, is for exactly the environmental part of it. It's a green token, right? Proof of work, or a green blockchain. Proof of work is the issue. GoChain is proof of stake, so no issue. Exactly. And even then, I've been seeing stuff where OMI, when Uniswap goes, like the whole wrap thing, but they might even, switch to, they're maybe looking at ADA. ADA's platform, it's going to be super scalable, obviously, on that. So we won't get into like technicals, but I've always been bullish on ADA since the very beginning, since they didn't even have a mainnet when I was doing videos on ADA, but and they're like less than 2 cents or something crazy is when I started doing videos on them. If they go to ADA, it will be game over. Yeah, I agree, man. I totally agree. you know, with Ethereum just being so clunky and so uh, the scalability has been so slow. Like, and that's what I was saying years ago in my videos is like, yo, like if y'all don't do something quick, like, you know, and you know, nothing against ETH, but I was like, you know, ADA is the real deal. Like, and there's all that good stuff. But with that being said, guys, that's Gary Vee. Check him out. I actually have a few of his books and everything like that on Audible. He's super dope. You know, he does cuss a lot, so be you know, just a heads up on that. But Gary Vee, super awesome guy, visionary. I'm starting to appreciate him even more as I get older, for sure. Um, I hope he does come to the platform because that would be super awesome. I know he's getting his, he might be on it already. He might have known about the project before even I knew about it. So that would be very cool. Maybe he's sandbagging it a little bit, keeping it on the DL, the hush hush, while he collects, because the guy's a collector. He knows what he's doing, and you know, if he knows that if he blows something up, it's gonna blow up, right? He's got a lot of people's eyeballs and attention at all times. So if they go to Ada, yeah, okay, I already read that. Um, what else was I gonna cover? I think that was just about it. Let me see if there's any updates real fast on the telly. But with the marketplace opening up, that is just about it. Let me see. It says, just a reminder for anyone trading their collectibles, OTC, excuse me, please use a legit escrow so you don't get scammed. Beware of unknown escrows. Cabo underscore art comes highly recommended if you need one. That was kind of in the pinned in chat. So yeah, guys, be careful out there for sure. Post something on the feed so I can find you. You mean like on the on the that's me on the VeVe app. Are you talking about like on something else? But yeah, so let's see here. Well, there's actually a guy or an account here. They kind of like retweet stuff. It's kind of a cool account to follow. But you know, they retweet stuff that like people are looking for. I've been retweeted a couple times, and that's kind of how I met Bubble Love EGLD. And his handle's Andrew Scott Moore with a 3 on the end instead of an E. Like I said, he's PBub. I think he's like PBub on the VeVe app. So shout out to him for the trades and stuff. But what was I saying, guys? Lost train of thought. Oh yeah, what I was saying is just be careful on the secondary market that you don't get scammed, because there are scammers out there. You know, I've tried to like, you know, message a couple people and then they're like, oh, this guy is like, anyways, just be careful out there. And, you know, if you feel safer waiting for the market to come back, then do that instead. You know, on the trading aspect, hopefully they get that figured out. That'd be super awesome. Easier and a safer way to trade. Especially they need a, I can't wait for the social aspect to open up so we can actually search everybody up and follow and share. I mean, there's already the sharing aspect of it, which is why I think Gary Vee is super like pumped about the project. Going back to that. But look at, I mean, guys, do you think Gary Vee like bought some OMI token? Like, what do you think? What I was gonna say is, I think for sure like that's gonna attract like big whales. The social aspect of the app, the tips, the collector point, the master collector thing. You already have people on there going crazy. That's me right there, K Dub for now. K Dub. So finally got my first set, guys. Super proud. I'm just trying to keep up with the whales. Like there's some whales on the app that literally buy everything, and I'm just trying to keep up, guys. I'm just trying to do my part. I'm definitely not a whale. I wish I was. Look at this. It's just kind of like accumulating a little bowl. But yeah, the social aspect of it is huge, right? And as they roll out the search handles, you can search people. That's going to be big. you can, I don't know. It's just so cool. They've kind of fixed a few bugs as well, like the notification deal. You can actually see who's commenting and following you, and which I noticed the update for, so that's cool. Also, who's up for that Snyder's Cut? Like, I think I already mentioned that, but the Snyder's Cut, if I didn't, Snyder's Cut. Who's ready for that drop on Thursday? Hope you guys are ready for that. But with that being said, guys, that is it. Unless there's anything you guys can bring up in chat that you guys know, any news or anything like that. I guess I should have waited to put that mint in after the stream. Let me know if there's any news that you guys can think of. But just absolutely crazy on the price, guys. You know, it's just insane. With that being said, guys, I will see you guys in the next video and at the blockchain. So if you like this video, you know what to do. If you don't like it, you know what to do. And as always, I'll see you guys on the VeVe app. Yo, for real, best VeVe YouTube channel, man. I appreciate you. Thank you, Matt. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. Drop your handles as well, so we can find you on the app too. So I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.